I started working a few years ago. Like I started working in an office, like a real square office, like a real like normal American fucking office. And I don't get it all the time, and it was really hard. And at the same time, I got picked up by the Zimmerman brothers to go with them over into San Quentin and run a poetry workshop. And I'm like, fuck yeah, you know, like this is awesome. So every day I would get out of this office. They would pick me up at the office and take me into San Quentin, and it was like a real weird thing. And this is called Trust is a Luxury. 2 of my coworkers are fucking. They think no one knows. They come to work, one takes the stairs, the other the elevator. They take long lunches together, say nothing to each other in the office. I want to tell them it's okay. I don't care. No one cares. It wasn't too long ago that people used to fuck at work. Fucking off meant just that. You'd fuck off in the supply closet, or in an empty conference room, or in the stairwell that no one uses. Now fucking off just means being on the internet or texting someone from your cell. It's a beautiful day in Marin County, and if there weren't a prison here, I couldn't afford to stay on this property. At San Quentin, there's a gun tower between you and God. Pray all you want, but if you run, you will be shot on general principle. The sky is low in the yard, starts one breath above the tower. San Quentin is a small island surrounded by an ocean of not here. From the time the outer gate closes until I get to receiving, I think about every stupid thing I've done I could have gotten caught for. Now, this could be a lot worse than volunteering to run a poetry workshop. I want to thank you for coming in, she tells me. We don't get a lot of volunteers in here. This is the hardest class to get into. Everyone's really excited about coming here. There's just one thing. You have to sign this waiver. We have a no hostage policy here at San Quentin. If you're abducted during your class, we will not negotiate for your release. It's just a formality. And I think, no, it's not. One more thing, she says. Here's a whistle. If anyone gets weird, just blow this and we'll be on it. Back at the office, in a big meeting, my boss says, well, let's just haul water over the dam now. I start to laugh and cover it with a fake cough and throat clearing. That's not the expression. Water under a bridge is normal. Water over a dam is very bad. It's a disaster. Everyone is going to die. I know how to do my work, I just don't know how to behave in an office. The only job that ever came naturally to me was working in a bar. Bouncing, bar backing, working the door, it all makes sense to me. I understand how to break up a bar fight, but not how to participate in a conference call. The job is fine until there are other people around. The boss says, we're not drinking the Kool-Aid on that one. It's a reference to the mass suicide at Jonestown. He's talking about a corporate policy on office supplies. In this sexual harassment seminar I was required to take, he said I wasn't allowed to say anything that was offensive to anyone else, even if it was on accident. After 45 minutes of explaining it in a half-hour video, they just said, just keep the golden rule in mind. It doesn't apply to me. If I treat people like I want to be treated, I will be fired. At San Quentin, they tell me, don't ask anyone what he's in here for. Don't give out your address or your phone number. Don't give anyone any articles of clothing. And if you run on the yard, you will be shot. If something happens, just lie face down on the ground. At work, they put up hand sanitizers everywhere. I think, who the fuck will use this? But people complain that they empty too fast. There's an extra trash can by the bathroom door so people can throw away the paper towel they use to open the door. I have gone into neighborhoods I shouldn't have been in, bought stuff I was pretty sure was drugs, from people I didn't know, and I smoked them with a pipe I made from garbage, and I'm fine. Raw chicken, old mayonnaise, rusty nails on the foot. There are germs to be wary of, but it's not the germs on your keyboard that are going to take you out. In San Quentin, loose tobacco is currency, and trust is the luxury of free men. There's a guy I think is mad dogged me the whole class. Turns out, he's just missing an eye. One guy says all he does is eat, sleep, shit, work out, and write poems and jerk off, and I think, oh, that's what I call Saturday. Another guy talks about his teeth. Neither he nor I had gotten dental care until a year. He went to prison and I started working an office job. One guy tells me he hasn't been home for a family vacation in 5 years. Oh, that sounds great, I think. Perfect excuse. For most of my life, I thought the office job was impossible for me. I thought San Quentin was more likely. I have more friends who have done time than have had corporate jobs. I have heard more stories about cellmates and CEOs. I read my poems to the convicts. They laughed in the right places, got quiet in the right places. They understood what I was saying. I knew how to talk to them. At work, I agonize over emails. Don't want them to be taken the wrong way. I'm afraid of offending people, sounding snide or sarcastic, or that I don't give a shit, especially when I really don't give a shit. Convicts know what it's like to hurt someone and feel bad about that. Losing a fight heals, but winning one can haunt you. Free or convicted, none of us ever really gets away with anything. In the 90s, I was temping. Fight Club came out. We were talking about it. I said, how the hell would you find that many guys who've never been in a fight before? The room was quiet. I was the only one. It totally ruined my next ecstasy trip. I was in the Cat Club. They were playing T-Rex, 70s music, 80s clothes, and 90s drugs. I was almost 30, still trying to figure out why my life wasn't normal. Until then, I thought it was just me. I thought there was something wrong with my brain, that I couldn't take it. I tried to tell this girl who looked like David Bowie, I said, we're all normal. It's just our lives that are fucked up. And she looked at me and smiled, pointed at her ear and said, I can't hear you. Convicts know what it's like to feel small and to have to protect yourself the best you can. That fear and small are forever connected. You know that drugs make you feel big, and that big means not afraid. Workshop was only 2 weeks long. I went back to work. One of my coworkers accidentally forwarded an email to me talking mad shit about me. Bar life, drug life says I have to call him out in front of everyone. Don't look like a punk. But I wasn't in a bar or a crack house. This wasn't a drug deal. This was the office at the end of the F line, a job that bought me a condo, a truck, and got my teeth fixed. I printed out the email and took it to HR, filed a harassment complaint. There was a bunch of meetings after that. I never felt any better about it. I went home, worked out, wrote a poem, ate shit, jerked off, and went to sleep.